Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thanks for joining me today. I know there are tons of YouTube videos out there. You could have clicked on any video, and I'm honored that you clicked on my video and chose to spend some of your precious time with me. That means so much to me, friends, and I appreciate you being here. So thank you. Thank you very much. Hey friends, thanks for stopping by at my desk and hanging out with me for a little bit today while I am putting this doll together. I will be entering her in the fair, which my fair comes the first week of October, and I'll be entering her in the fair then. Well, I'm trying to open this. I didn't realize it seals. I think it seals back up every time I open it. It's some, I got these in a Happy Mail, and I use these a lot. The long needles are great for what I'm about to do. And then there's some medium-sized ones and smaller ones, but all the different sizes that you could possibly need. I believe this might have came from Amazon. I received it as Happy Mail, so I'm just showing you what it says, which I don't really see a title other than that. But anyway, I have used these plenty of times, but the seal on the package closed right back up. So this time I just cut the tape because I had been pulling the tape up. But anyway, so today I'm going to be putting this together. And I do have a tutorial on my channel. I'm going to try my best to remember to link that below for this hair. How to create your own curly hair. So I'm just getting out a couple of long needles to help hold the hair while I'm fixing it. So I have a doll that I had made, and actually I was going to put this in the fair a few years ago. I was going to attach her to a wreath and make it like she was swinging around a wreath of flowers, but I ran out of time and didn't get to finish that, and then therefore I didn't finish her. Because if I had finished her way back then I wouldn't be allowed to put her in the fair now. So when I don't finish things, I wait until close to fair time to finish them, because I would be able to put them in the fair then. It has to be things that were completed since the last fair. So that's why I've waited to put her together all this time. So anyway, she is just a ball doll right now. I don't remember if the original pattern had any kind of hair on her or not. This is a paid-for pattern. It is from Valerie's Crochet and Cuddly Cat, or Cuddly Cat and Crochet. I'll try to remember to link that at the bottom also. But it is a pattern from her Etsy shop. I did purchase the pattern. I made several dolls from the pattern, and I did lots of different things with this doll. I've made this doll into a cat before, and made little kittens for the mama cat. I made a little girl and made a little baby for her. So it was a little doll with her baby, and baby had a little sleeping bag. I don't know, I've done lots of little things. And a drawstring can be put through this, and then you turn it up like that and cinch it, and it'll be a purse. And then when you untie the purse and open it up, it's a doll. I mean, it can be used lots of different ways. I can't even remember what the original pattern was at this moment. I'm sorry to say. Anyway, I don't remember what hair come with the original pattern. I liked curly hair, and I wanted to give her curly hair, so I made this hair, and I do have a tutorial that I'm going to try my best to link. Okay, so I'm using that. I am using hot glue. This is hot glue from the Dollar Tree. I always use this hot glue. Hot glue's hot glue, okay? When hot glue in acrylic, it's not coming off, okay? When you put hot glue on acrylic yarn and then put acrylic yarn to that, it melts together. It is not coming apart. I can guarantee you that. If you pull it off right before it's even set, maybe, but it's going to leave nasty stuff on there. So you have to have it set exactly where you want it before you touch all that together. So I am drinking some orange soda today. I've been sick all day. I woke up nauseated, and it's just been part of my day, which often happens. It's not a big deal. It doesn't mean I'm sick, contagious. It just means I'm having a bad day. And so I ended up taking Zofran, and I texted Big Daddy and told him that I took Zofran and I had to go lay down. Zofran makes me super sleepy. So I've been dozing off and on today. Just, had a sick day. It happens. Okay, so when I made this, I knew I wanted to pull some of that hair back. And so I put these clips on here. I barely can even remember this, but I know these clips mean something. So I made them where I know what pieces of this is going to pull back. And I also, when I made this, I added in some curls here at the beginning of the hair. So when I pulled that back, I would have that. This is something I totally made up myself. I just, if I hadn't put those curls there, and she would have had like this for her hair, and I wanted her to have curly hair. So I made some curls that's going to come to the back and cover up all that. Her hair still looks curly. So anyway, that was my plan. That's what I did. Alright, so what are we doing? I am putting this on here. So I do want to make sure that, my curls are all everywhere. I want to put the center of this to the center of her head right here. Oh, she has a needle in her head. I guess that's been in here all this time. I should check and see. I guess that needle's been in here a couple years. Okay. I think that's not anymore. Okay, so I want to put this center to this center. So I'm just going to hold that there. I'm going to go ahead and put a needle here. Kind of putting it off center so it'll kind of hold it there. And I want to come back up here and make sure I have it centered, her forehead centered there. Like, do I need to turn it any? Because I want to make sure these curls are right where I want them. And is it up high enough and all that kind of good stuff. So, you'd want to, if you were to do this, you'd want to play with that and just make sure you have it positioned correctly. I think this could be correct. I think it also could shift that way just a little. I'm trying to just see, like, how's it naturally going to fall. The hair that's left, like, see, that kind of covers that eye up. So I think I could shift it just a little. And I am able to turn it because that's just got one needle in it. So I'm going to go ahead and start pinning this down. So it doesn't turn and shift on me. because I know that's where I want that at the front. Okay, so I'm going to turn it around to the back. Whew. Okay. I'm checking to see if my hot glue gun is hot enough, and I believe it is. So I'm going to take this out, but I'm going to put it here to the side. And probably go ahead and put one of these to the side over here, because I'm going to lift this up and put glue all right here and then put that right back down. Okay. Now you have to know where you're putting your yarn on here so that you don't have, you know, you can't move it once you put it on here, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm just going to pull that down and kind of smooth it around and let that dry. And this takes a little bit of time. You want to let that set before you go pulling it up again. So it's still really, really hot, so I'm just letting it cool. So how's your day been going? What have you been up to today? I got up this morning and, like I said, I felt real nauseated. And so I knew it was going to be a rough day. But I had a text from my little buddy Zeke's mom. Yesterday when he came down, he went to a aviation camp last week and over the weekend, and so he was telling me all about that. He had a great time, lots of fun, and he was telling me that he almost won an iPad. He was like first runner up to the winner, and they told him that he almost won, that he was the next one in line for it. And so he was telling me how, you know, he was excited that he almost won an iPad, and he wasn't sad that he didn't win, but you could tell he was a little disappointed, you know. Of course, he wanted to win an iPad. And so I felt bad for him. And I remembered I had an iPad in my bedroom, and so I said, hang on a minute. And I went back there to my bedroom, and I found an iPad, and I said, Zeke, you can have this iPad, but I have to get my information off of here. And so I looked, and then I couldn't find a cord, and then I remembered I stopped using that because the cord had broke. You know how like when you have something that you charge, sometimes this will break right here and get a short, and you'll be able to see wires and stuff. So that's what happened to the iPad charger. And so I told him, let me order a charger. We'll get my stuff off of here, and you can have this iPad. And he said, well, my dad might have a charger that would fit that because he has a box of cords. I said, okay, well, tonight you check, see if you can find a charger, and if you can, we'll charge it up, and I'll take my stuff off of it. And you can have the iPad. And so his mom had texted me. When I woke up, there was already a text there that Zeke has a cord, and he was wondering, you know, if he could come down. And so I got on up and stirred around a little bit, and got situated for company. And then I texted her back and told her, yeah, I'm up, he can come down. So he came down, and we charged that iPad, and it charged right up. And then I didn't really know how I was going to get all my stuff off of there, but we found a setting. We went to settings and did a factory reset, and it took everything off. Took it back to where he could put in all his information instead of, my information that was in there. And so that was wonderful. He was so excited. Oh my God, that kid was excited. He was very happy. And so therefore that made me happy. I loved that he was so happy. And I appreciate him so much. He deserves that so badly. He really does. And so I'm glad I had that. I wasn't using it. Why house something and not use it when you can give it to someone who will use it, and he'll get a lot of use out of that. They do travel a good bit. All their grandparents are out of town, and so they travel to see grandparents, and then they take their kids on little weekend trips every now and then. And so he'll be able to use that in the van and stuff. He was like, I've gotten a lot of electronics from y'all because I gave him Elijah's old some kind of gaming system. Oh, well, I gave him several gaming systems. I gave him a Wii, some hell, not a Game Boy, a Game Boy 3D, something like that, and all the games that went with it, a Wii system. He might have got a PlayStation, some other gaming system too. But yeah, he loves electronics and stuff like that, so I was glad to have that and be able to pass it to him. So that's what I did this morning, and when he left, I just seemed to get sicker and sicker after he had left, and just was not getting any relief. So I took a Zofran and went and laid down. So that's been my day. I'm trying to be careful around these curls up here because I don't want to glue them down wrong. But I'm just going around the edge of the hair now. And, I'm making sure that it's smoothed out. And you just have to be careful doing that. I've done it many, many times, so I kind of know what I'm doing. And kind of not, too. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm just saying this is the way I do it. This is what I do. Now I'm going to go to this side of the head. And see, there's a hair here that did get down, and you can see it's there. It'll be okay. I might can cut some of that. But her hair will cover that up anyway. And I'll probably glue a piece of hair down. It's just not the strand I wanted at that spot. But I had saw that glue drip when I had put it down. But I'm just kind of going around from the sides, around the back. Just making sure the scalp is down. Okay, this one is not quite dry. Just let that dry a little bit. Big Daddy should be on his way home. I'm still pretty nauseated, so I may have to take another Zofran here in a little bit. I feel really weak, and so I thought I would drink this orange soda for the sugar in it. I'm not diabetic. I'm not diabetic at all. And so sometimes, though, I just feel like I don't get enough sugar if I don't have stuff, that's sweet. And so I just feel weak. I don't know. Maybe that'll pick me up, give me a little pickup. All right. So now up here, I want to be careful because I don't want to glue those curls down too much right here, but I want to put some glue right here because that's part of the scalp. So I'm just going to put some glue right here. Ooh, it's hot. You can feel the heat coming through. So just letting that cool. I think this will be a really cute doll when she is done. And I think I might go see if I can find like purple ribbon or something to go in her hair. She needs a little something, so I might find something to dress her up a little. So I'm going to go look for that. Okay, friends, so I went in there to get some purple ribbon or I have a little box of some little pre-made bows, but I think they're pastel. But anyway, I've got some boxes of art stuff, like paints and stuff like that stacked up in the way, and I couldn't move them. They're too heavy for me to move. So I'll look later to add something, but I just kind of want to frame out her face, and so I had, this is where these little stitch markers come in at. They start with these little small curls. So there's one on that side, and there's one on this side. Those will go to the back, and these come right here. So what I'm going to do is put a piece of glue, not a piece, but a little dot of glue right there, and glue that down. These curls are kind of meant to go up. And that might need I think it needs just a little bit of glue right here. Just a little bit of glue right there. Yeah, I just have all these boxes of art supplies that me and the kids have been using. And so I, couldn't move all that to get to my drawers where my craft stuff is. And so I'll do that later. But I think what I have is pastel, and I don't know that it would really go. But you could use tulle, any kind of ribbon, pre-made bows, or anything like that to make, I might even like put a bow right here on the top of her dress, or a purple rose flower or something. I mean, I don't know. I'll just look through my craft junk drawers later and see what I have. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this little strand right here. I don't want to glue it too close to her eye, but I do want that to hang down right here. So I'm just going to put a dab of glue right there. And that's the hair for that side. And then over here, making sure I've got the correct curl right there. I'm just going to put a dab of glue right here to glue that down. Whoa, my glue came out too fast. Sometimes I get a little too confident and not pay attention to, you know, how I'm squeezing that. So you do have to be careful. It can happen to all of us, but it's easy to get too much glue. The key to using hot glue and yarn is a tiny bit of glue at a time. And that, my dear, came out too fast. Okay, I'm gonna put just a tiny try. I think my glue's done got too hot. Okay, so that's the hairs that's going to the back. Alright, so I'm going to glue these pieces coming to the back like this. Trying to just get them laid out in order that they go. And see, that way it covers up the scalp there and it looks like it's all, you know, curly hair. So I have 1, 2, I have 6. So I want these 2 to kind of go in the middle. And then I have 2 more. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this one, kind of put it that way, and this one. I'm just going to put some hot glue down. And then just lay these back on top of that glue. Alright, and then I have 2 on this side. Not using a whole bunch of glue right there, but just enough to, you know, make it work. And I'll take that stitch marker out. Now on this side, yeah, I like that those are going to cover all this up and it just makes it look like she has, you know, more hair than she does. And that she's fuller hair. Big Daddy just came home from work and he had a bad day dealing with insurance companies at work. Every insurance company wants something different, and then he also deals with a lot of, you know, it's emailing stuff back and forth, and people say they don't get the emails, and you know, sometimes there is glitches in the computer world, and so he said he had a bad day and it started before he ever got to work because of AmeriHealth emailing him about stuff they say they didn't get when he's emailed it several times, he said. So he had to go in and tend to them when he had other things to do today, because he'll be off tomorrow because we have to go to my doctor's appointment in Shreveport tomorrow. Alright. So there's her hair in a nutshell. That's what it looks like. Now what I also can do is I can come back around and just glue the tops of these down if I wanted to. And I have done that before. It just kind of depends. I'll look at her and just probably flop her head around a bit and decide, you know, because you want these curls to lay wherever they're supposed to lay. and B. So, but it does look like she has a head full of curly hair. You know, really don't know that that's kind of a bald spot right there. And then I added these curls up front. So that works. I did glue these 2 strands down because I wanted them to kind of frame out her face. And like I said, I could go back and put just a dot of yarn, oh, not yarn, a dot of glue on each one. And I may do that. It may not be each one. It may just be every now and then. But I might leave it until I decide what to do. One doll I did these kind of longer, and I brought them together, and I think I put a bow around them. So she had a bow right here on the back of her head. So you can do lots of different things, you know, just depending on the look you're going for. This particular doll, I just wanted her to have lots of red curly hair. And I think that's what she has. So I'm happy with her. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like her hair just willy-nilly going every which way. But there is my doll that I'll be putting in the fair. Like I said, I may add a bow or a rose or something, either in her hair or on her dress. You never know. We'll see. But I do appreciate you joining me today and just hanging out here while I put my hair on a doll. You can add a mouth. Actually, I have some lips I could add to her. Or it might take away. I kind of like her just the way she is. Because she just looks like a doll that, you know, a young child would play with. Not a baby, but just a young child that knows better than to chew on things like this. Anyway, but she's mine. I didn't make her to give to anyone in particular. She's mine. I mean, I don't know what eventually happened to her, but I didn't make her for anyone in mind is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, guys, I do appreciate you. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, or whatever time you're watching this. It doesn't matter. And I will see you all again in the next video, friends. I love you guys. Remember, it's a beautiful day to crochet. Again, thank you for joining me, friends. I hope you all have a very blessed day. Find something that you enjoy today that brings you happiness, and enjoy your day. Don't let what you can't do stop you from doing what you can do. Bye, friends. See you in the next video.